So, hi there. In this video, I'm going to go and visit another fellow artist and a good friend of mine, Tryggvi Thorleif Larum, and see what he is up to today. Please join me.
Well, hello. Welcome to my world. I'm Tryggvi Larum, Tryggvi Thorleif Larum, born in Iceland and raised in the U.S. And this is my studio workshop here in sunny Keflavik. I sometimes call my shop here AKA Little Shop of Horrors, but my work is a celebration of my Icelandic heritage, and it's also a testimony to the genealogical history of my Icelandic people. I think that my Icelandic American experience and my American experience both have come together in choosing this particular very rare Viking Age art form of wood carving. But it's something that I find a lot of stimulation with, and it's took me down many different roads and introduced me to a lot of fascinating people, to include my friend Jan Adolf, and what I'm working on currently is this face that is a representation of a sword hilt from a design on the sword hilt pommel from the Staffordshire hoard found by a metal detectorist. And the face just haunted me, so I'm now doing it in a native Icelandic wood that has been drying now for almost 4 years. I've had some chafing or splitting, but very little. Well, at the same time, I'm also involved in some coaching and teaching of others that are interested in this particular art form and wood carving itself. And if you'll see to the center here, I brought a buffalo skull from a male buffalo back from the U.S., and I have experience in painting these skulls in Native American designs in the U.S., but this time, for the first time, I'm going to be doing an elaborate Nordic style paint job on this this skull. That is a future project that I'm really looking forward to.
So, Tryggvi, when did you start carving?
Well, Nordic peoples have a long history going back many generations, or well over 1,000 years, of working with wood as a medium, and especially wood carving over winters that are 7 months long. For me, it started about the age, I think, of 40 years old, a late start. And I'm a self-taught carver simply because there was no one in my region of the mountains of Northern California where I was living to teach me. But my first attempt was with 100-year-old wood carving tools that I actually inherited from my mother, who did some small carvings, but that's what was when I was a boy, and I never learned anything from her. So in order to explore the medium of wood carving that eventually led into wood sculpture, I took out her tools, and 4 times I attempted to use the chisels, and 4 times I slammed the chisels down, saying this is an impossibility. But of course, being Scandinavian and being stubborn Scandinavian, I picked them up a fifth time and determined on the fifth try exactly what I was doing wrong, and that I was not cooperating with the wood, and once I cooperated with it, it would cooperate back. And that's when carving became smoother and of course a lesson in mutual cooperation between me and the wood. However, again, I had no idea that what I started to do with wood carving was I wanted to attempt to make or render some of the objects that no one can buy that would represent my own Viking heritage that were simply not on the market, because whether if you're Egyptian or Greek or Italian, you can find representations of the art forms that are reproduced for them, but nothing in the Norse field. So I gave it a try, and it turned out that I had an inherent talent for it. An Icelandic art writer once said of me, he said that the forefathers speak through your hands. And this is something that I believe has rang true for me over the years. I also worked with, worked beside a carousel horse carver in America, who was he was an older man that was very skilled with his carousel horses. And he once said to me that, you know, Tryggvi, you have a gift. And I said, what gift is that? He says, well, you know, Tryggvi, you can see in 3 dimensions where most wood carvers can only see in 2. And that is a birthright inherent genetic gift that you should be thankful for. And there is something to be said for what he said.
So, Tryggvi, do you have any life mottos?
Well, nothing that I can think of the top of my head, except to say that wood carving is a blood sport, because every new stain that I put onto wood is usually where I cut myself with the tools. So outside of that, no.
So, Tryggvi, thank you very much for inviting me and, of course, the people who watch this into your world. It was fantastic, and also to see what you're up to here. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, and takk fyrir komuna. Thank you for coming.
This was a really nice interview what I had with Tryggvi today. And if you like this video, please give me a thumb up and subscribe to my channel. And in next video I'm thinking about interviewing another fellow artist and a friend. His name is Bjarni Thor. So stay tuned.